Success with Mamula and William Ford.
No one will argue that cheerleaders like those for the Dallas Cowboys have done just that while also being quite pleasing to the eye. But there's something you may not know about as we expose the secret life of an NFL cheerleader.
She's the one.
And now the time has come to unlock the secret files of the NFL cheerleaders.
I've never had a fear of flying. Basically, probably from my family, I've never been afraid to fly. First thing, you make sure there's an operating handbook in the airplane. Check in and make sure my radios are all off right now. You need to make sure when you're doing pre-flight that your lights are all intact, so your beacons and everything will be ready to go. Check in the oil. The gas caps are back on really tight, just ready to get in the air. Wasn't too heavy, I don't think. Oh, lifted right off.
Tell us a little bit about your career with the Bronco cheerleaders.
Well, I've been on the team for about 3 years as an NFL cheerleader. It's been the best experience of my life. I love being on the field at Mile High, being involved in the community and really working with the players and the athletes and making a difference in the community. There's a lot of stereotypes, I think, associated with cheerleading, one of which I personally fight is the dumb blonde cheerleader stereotype. I fight every day of my life. When people really take a chance to look and see who we are and what we're doing, I think that we just blow the stereotypes out of the water. I wouldn't classify myself as a dumb blonde by any means. All right, back to the story of the NFL cheerleaders from Mile High. Here's to you, Patrice. What's the story on the ground in Seattle?
076, start right here.
Thanks, Celeste. But the story down here is we have to get going to Minneapolis with continuing service to Boston and Amsterdam, where Jessica of the Vikings is making all of us cheerleaders proud. You know where your seat is?
2A.
Okay, to your left.
Up in the morning and out to school.
With teaching, there's no greater reward than seeing a smile on a child's face when they learn how to spell their name. They are obviously different professions, cheerleading and teaching, but I take cheerleading as something I do professionally. It's a pastime, it's a hobby. I enjoy dancing. I do it for myself because it's something I love to do.
My job primarily is metals. I'm analyzing for calcium, magnesium, most inorganics in soils, waters. I think that a lot of people believe that if you're a cheerleader, you're all boobs and no brains, so to speak. But that's untrue, and it's kind of sad to say because the girls work so hard and they're very intelligent.
Rock, 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 rock.
Okay, going over the notes once again. We just spoke about that. Carton holds the cards, and it's important information. If I knew a young girl who wanted to be an NFL cheerleader, I would tell her that's great, but school always comes first, and to have something like that to fall back on, because NFL cheerleading is definitely not a career.
Some of my demands as an operating room nurse include physically taking care of the patient's needs, patient safety, taking care of what the doctor would need. The anesthesiologist has what he needs to be inducing a patient correctly, and emotionally it can be very draining.
Well, right now I'm working at the Cancer Research Center at Boston University, and what we've been studying is the role of growth factors and how this leads to uncontrolled cell growth, which is the hallmark of cancer. What this is eventually leading to is hopefully new ways that we can target growth control in order to really help patients that have cancer.
The stereotype is just so embedded in our culture of pro cheerleaders that it's really sad. When people say that cheerleading is an insult on feminism, they're not opening their eyes to the big picture.
So, of course, they'll say, she probably just doesn't have any brains, that's all she can do.
We're moms, we're teachers, we're professionals. I think that NFL cheerleaders represent every woman in the United States.
They know I have a brain to go along with the body.
As was remarked in the piece, they indeed do blow the stereotype right out of the water, and nicely so. All right, folks, stay right where you are. We've still got a lot more to come. Brett Favre has powered his pack.